Hello, we're going to do another example here, looking at number 18 this time. And first thing I see here, x is being squared. So that means I'm going to have a vertical parabola. And I'm going to need to isolate these two x terms. So what that means is I'm going to have to take this 14 and subtract it to the other side. That's going to leave me with negative 12y plus 10 minus 14 is equal to x squared minus 4x. So wait a minute, what is this standard form supposed to look like? If it's a vertical parabola, we're going to have x minus h squared equal to 4p times y minus k. So this is our goal right now. We kind of have it switched at the moment. We have the x squared on the right hand side of the equal sign and the y on the left hand side, but that's okay, we can just change that at the end. The main idea here is that the x squared and the x are together and everything else is on the other side. So I'm going to simplify the other side. We get negative 12y minus 4 is equal to x squared minus 4x. We're going to need to work on both sides. We're going to start with the right hand side and complete the square. So looking to that term that's not being squared, we see that there's a 4 as the coefficient, so we're going to divide that by 2 and square it. This is called completing the square, and 4 divided by 2 is 2, 2 squared is 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 4 to both sides of the equation. So on the left hand side here, we already had a minus 4, and then when we add 4 it just becomes 0, so we're left with negative 12y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So that is now a complete square, which will become x minus 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, and then negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4, this middle value there. Remember that this sign always tells you whether it's going to be a positive or a negative in the middle there. We've almost got it in standard form. We've got this x minus h squared is x minus 2 squared, and on this other side, what we want to do is just imagine that this is negative 12y minus 0, kind of like we did in the other example. And if we just factor out this negative 12, we're left with y minus 0 is equal to x minus 2 squared. If we want to get it exactly in the standard form, we would just switch the sides here. So this x minus 2 goes on the left, negative 12, y minus 0 is on the right. And from here we can go ahead and find our h, k, and p. H always goes with x, and thinking opposite we get 2. K comes with our y, which is 0, and our p, we look right here, negative 12, divide that by 4, we get negative 3. So this negative on our p is telling us that our graph, since it's vertical, it's going to be going down. So that's what this negative is telling us, and the 3 is telling us that our vertex is going to be 3 away from the directrix and 3 away from the focus. So we'll keep that in mind when we go to graph it. But let's go ahead and find what our vertex is. It's going to be HK, so 2, 0. And our, let's do our focus next. So the focus, since it's a vertical graph, the x value will stay the same, and we're going to add p to the y value. Remember, for the focus, we always add p, and so we get 2, negative 3 for that focus there. Directrix our directrix is going to be y equal to this y value of 0 from our vertex minus our p. So 0 minus -3 is just going to be +3. There's our directrix. And lastly, axis of symmetry. That's going to be x equal to 2. It has to go straight through the vertex and the focus, and they both have a x value of 2, so that is our axis of symmetry. Now that we have all of these parts, we're going to go ahead and graph. So let's make my coordinate plane here. There we go. Vertex is at 2, 0. So 1, 2, 0 right there. I'll label that. Oh, disappeared. Here we go. Vertex. Focus is at 2, -3. So I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3. There is my focus. And my directrix is at y equal to 3. So 1, 2, 3 on that y-axis, and there goes my directrix. So once again, I'm going to point out, notice this distance here. That's a distance of 3. Notice that distance, also a distance of 3. That's your p, or at least your absolute value of p, right? Because our p is actually -3. The negative is telling us that the parabola is opening downwards, which makes sense because look, our focus is down there. So we can just draw that parabola. This is not exact. I just did a quick rough sketch, but we're getting the gist of sketching this out. I don't need us to be exact. I just want us to be able to find the vertex, the focus, the directrix, and also our axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry is x equal to 2. There's just going to be a line going through that vertex and focus. So there we go. Let me erase that so you can get a better look here. That's what our parabola is going to look like.